So I want to talk about the value of sets. So selling sets, there's a couple things, right? So the first thing is all sets come with the right tools for the right job, right? It doesn't really matter what set you get your customers started off with. It's just better to start off with a set, because I want you guys to think about it, guys, right? Like Cutco is awesome, right? We all know this. So your customers are going to love Cutco. But let's just say we sold Mrs. Jones the cheapest knife that we make, right? The cheapest knife that we make inside the homemaker set is the paring knife, right? So let's say Mrs. Jones buys a paring knife. Do you think she's going to love this set, love that paring knife? Heck yeah, right? So if she loves that paring knife, how often is she going to use it? How often is she going to use it? All the time.
A lot.
All the time.
She's going to use it a ton. She's going to use it all the time. All right. So if Mrs. Jones uses her little paring knife for everything, right? And I kid you not, guys, like I've sold Cutco for a long time, and I always run into a customer. They're like, yeah, I use this knife for everything. And I have to give them the look like, what? Like everything? They're like, yeah, I use this to cut my meat. I use this to cut my veggies. And it's a little paring knife. I'm like, Mrs. Jones, there's like way easier tools for that, right? But like your customers, they don't know, right? Because that's like what they're like, oh, well, my rep said that this is going to be like a really good knife, right? So they think that they can use one knife for everything, but that's not the case. Because like what happens when Mrs. Jones needs to cut a watermelon? We assume that she's not going to try to cut a watermelon with her paring knife, but you'd be surprised, right? She's going to try. She's like, well, it's Cutco, right? It's the best knife out there, right? So it just doesn't make sense, right? Because the paring knife is only used for the air, right? Small things that she's cutting and peeling in the air, right? So that's why we want to make sure we get her started off with a set, because all sets have the right tools for the right job. So that way when she needs to cut strawberries, she can pull out her paring knife. When she needs to cut like a big melon, she can pull out a bigger knife like the butcher knife, right? When she needs to cut things on the cutting board, she can pull out her trimmer, right? It doesn't really matter what set you get your customers started off with. It's just better for them to get it as a set. It's going to just make their time easier in the kitchen. The other reason why you want to get your customers started off with a set is because they're cheaper. So does anybody want to hook up people like with a great deal? Heck yeah, right? Like I know when I was like getting started my first weekend, I wanted to make sure my grandma got the best deal on Cutco. So it's always better for your customers to get it as a set. They're going to save money, right? Because all of our sets, they come with a pre-packaged discount. So they're saving 10 to 20% depending on what set that they choose, right? So they already get a pre-packaged discount when they buy it as a set, right? Sometimes customers ask like, oh, I'm just going to buy a couple pieces now and then I'll add on a couple more pieces later. Here's the thing, guys, like we raise the prices of Cutco almost every single year, right? And it's not by choice. It's just because of inflation, right? And then also demand, right? As our company continues to grow, like more people want it. And for our factory to keep up, like they got to like raise the prices a little bit. So the best time to buy Cutco for your customers is always going to be right now, right? Because they're going to save money later versus like when I first started, the homemaker set was, I don't even remember. I think it was less than $1,000. I think it was like $989 or something like that. Now it's $1,326. So like all my customers that did get a homemaker set then, they saved so much money versus if they wanted to buy it now from me. All right. So it's cheaper. The third reason is all of our sets come with free stuff. Raise your hand if you like free stuff. Yeah, everybody does, right? I always say if it's free, it's for me, right? So when a customer buys a set, all of our sets come with a free cutting board. Some sets come with a free cutting board and a free sharpener. And then some sets, they get a free cutting board, a sharpener, and we could throw something else in it for free, right? Like the super shears or the entertainer pack or something like that, right? So like it just makes deal, right? Has anybody ever gone to the store and bought something just because something else came with it?
Sophie, stop fucking calling him.
Hey, mute yourself. All right. So yes, she's pumped up. She has bought some stuff because it came with free stuff. All right. So the fourth thing is it's safer. Think about it, guys. We sell the world's sharpest knives. We sell the world's sharpest knives. So does it make sense for us to just sell somebody the world's sharpest knives and let them just throw them around in any of their drawers in the kitchen, having them floating around? No, that would be dangerous. All right. So like this is why it's important to get your customers started off with a set, because all the sets come with the right tools for that job. They're cheaper, they cover free stuff, and they're safer. Doesn't matter what set your customers get, as long as they get started off for a set with a set, it's just going to be better for them. So selling a set to your customers is better for the customers. Also, it's better for you, right? It's better for you because you guys learned yesterday the price of our most popular set, the Homemaker Plus 8, right? So imagine if you sold a Homemaker set this weekend. What does that get you? It gets you your first promotion, right? So you hit your first promotion just from selling one set. Also, you get paid a little bit more for your time right there for that one set. But not just because of that, like at the end of the day, your customers always win. So I talked about this earlier. It doesn't matter like how much you sell a customer, like your customer always win, right? Because they're going to have this set for the rest of their life. They're going to have it forever. It's going to stay in the family forever. They can pass it on to their kids, right? You can send the Cutco into the factory, get it refurbished where it looks brand new edges put on it, and then they can gift it away to like their grandkids for their wedding, right? And those grandkids are going to have it. They're going to talk about like, oh, my grandparents gave me this set for my wedding and I still have it. Then they can re-gift it to their grandkids and it just stays in the family forever. So it doesn't really matter what set your customers get started off with, as long as your customers get started off with a set. All right, so that's just kind of like a little review from yesterday.